School of Business. Juno Masterclass is our effort to democratize sales learning from industry leaders to all the working professionals, especially sales professionals. And we do it every week, 12 to 1, Saturday. And most of the names that I see are regular joiners. So thank you so much for joining in. And happy Diwali once again to everyone. For today's masterclass, we have Mr. Raghavan Mukund. I will not give an elaborate introduction. Definitely, let's take that forward. But just to give you a brief, he's a CEO of Sabre Learning and has been in the industry for 40 years, worked with companies like Saint Gobain. And something that stands out is he's the author of 2 books, Don't Sell, Make Them Buy, and Above and Beyond, right? And one thing that we keep saying that age is just a number. If you see on the screen, you can see the guitar, the books, and definitely I can proudly say that age is just a number by seeing, sir. So thank you so much, sir, for accepting our invitation for the masterclass. We are really privileged to have you. The stage is yours, sir. Take it over.
Okay, thank you, Juno School of Business. I hope all of you can hear me. Ronit, am I okay?
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to begin my session with my presentation, and then it'll be followed with question and answers. I'm going to make my presentation extremely concise, slow, so that I'd like to spend more time with you in question and answers so that it benefits all of us. And I believe one thing that I learn every day. So there's no question which is a stupid question. All answers sometimes are stupid, sometimes not. So I'd like to interact with you more than I'd like to present. So first, let me go ahead and put in my presentation.
Yes, sir, I can see that.
Yeah, can you see it?
I can see your settings. Yeah, I think I can share that.
Okay, and you can hear me too?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to start by saying, what do you mean by don't sell, make them buy? It's in today's context. I've seen this happening over the last 43 years. Earlier, people used...
Just to interrupt you, apologies. Your video is not visible. If you can turn on the video, I don't know if there's an issue out there.
Okay.
Your video is not visible.
Can I then
Sir, 1 second.
One second.
Now we can see you. And also,
Yeah.
if you can just go a little backwards because the screen
Yeah.
is cutting you from the top. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now is my screen on now?
So your screen is on, but your video again is not visible.
My visible my video is, because I think you got the rights to, I think you have the rights. No?
So rights are given, so actually.
Okay. So I don't know. It says stop video. I've not. Now it's okay. Someone is saying.
Yes. Now it's okay. Whenever you're sharing the screen, can you just go and share the screen once again?
Okay. I'll stop share and then go and again do it.
Please do that. Yeah. Have you switched off the video right now, sir?
No, I have yet to stop. Yeah.
But right now we can't see it. That's the problem.
Is it okay?
Now it's okay. Yeah. Let me do one thing, sir. I have your PPT. Let me share the screen.
No, it's okay.
So I think there is some challenge there. It's better that if I share the PPT would be better. Yes.
But then I'll have to go see what you're doing, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. I'll help you out on that. Don't worry. Just give me a moment. Just allow me a moment, please.
Is it coming now?
Sir, video is not visible. That's the challenge.
Okay.
So 1 second, I'm just sharing my screen. Apologies, everyone. We are just sorting it out. Yes. Uh, 1 second. Okay. I will share my screen. 1 second. Yes, sir.
Okay, am I visible?
Yes, yes. Let's start it. Let's start off.
Okay. So while I say that, selling has changed over the last 40 odd years, primarily this has happened fast over the last 20 years because of the internet. So a lot of people having more information before they take a buying decision has led to a lot of people deciding certain things in their mind which a salesperson can't really decipher very fast. So when I say you sell every day, you really sell to you sell a project, you sell something to your friends, you may sell an idea, you may sell a business proposition. It happens every day, and since we buy every day, we feel that we know enough about selling, and that's where salespeople also cannot connect with customers these days as much as they used to be able to do those days. So let me with this background, can you move it to the next slide? Next one, because I've changed that. Okay. While people decide how to buy, a lot of selling and buying has got digitized. And because it is digitized, what happens is products get commoditized. Can you just click this thing on? Yeah. So a lot of face-to-face contact has disappeared from selling. Because you order online, you order products you already know features about, you tend to make decisions yourself and seek the selling person only when you are confused. Now, this non-face-to-face contact in selling has made most products commoditized. What do I mean by commoditized? I'll explain it a little later, because commoditized in today's context is different from yesterday's context. To put it very short, commoditized means you know what you're buying. You know the features of the product you're buying. Let's say you buy atta every day. You know Annapurna atta has some multigrain in it. So you know the feature of multigrain already. So you will go for the multigrain atta, which is the cheapest. So you lose value in this proposition all the time, because the salesperson is not really assisting you, but the feature which is bashing you from all sides through ads, through marketing, through all kinds of information through the media, has made you decide a wrong thing, which you probably wouldn't be happy about or was not value driven in your mind. Can we move to the next one, please? So let me explain to you how value is delivered in a product. When a product is commoditized, you already know the features of the product you're going to buy. So let's take potato, for example. So you buy potatoes for a kitchen, but the moment your need changes from buying a potato to make a sabji or a gravy, when you move to organic potatoes, the need has changed from just eating a sabji to probably addressing your health need. So the need change has happened within the customer's mind. And that's what drives value selling, really. When the need in the mind of the customer changes to what the best product he should be really buying for. Now let's take the case of how potatoes are used. This comes only if you better understand the needs of a product. Potatoes may be used in making chips. Potatoes may be used in making gravies. Potatoes may be filling along with cheese in something else. So once you understand that, you change the features in potato to meet that need and package it accordingly so that people buy a higher value product. Let's take another example. A Swift car with basic features is 4.42 lakhs. But if you load features in it, it becomes 5.5 lakhs. Just by adding more features which the customer is aware of. Sometimes he's aware of some features, or he or she, and sometimes they're not aware of some features. For example, some feature could be new and they may not be aware of it. And that's where a salesperson has to come in play with value selling. Can you move it forward only, please? Yeah. So let me quickly summarize what is commodity and what is value. And today, most products are getting commoditized. We talked about potatoes and how it became organic potatoes when you shifted the need. Now let's take a bar of soap, which has no features in it. It's just carbolic soap. It's just caustic soda, probably something added to it as a chemical which washes. Now, when you add features to it, you can position it differently and the needs can change. Can you just click there? Okay. So let's say you put tulsi in a soap. That means you added another need, which is, which what tulsi brings into the soap. Probably, a health kind of a need. If you put lime, it brings in freshness kind of a need. If you put in neem, it gives you, a prevention of a disease, or, it improves your capability to resist certain fevers and things like that. So one, in a commodity product, the needs are assumed. You assume that the customer knows enough about what they want to buy and the needs. And you put your product in the marketplace and it gets commoditized. Whereas in value selling, the needs have to be understood better. Marketing can never do this because marketing always addresses a community's needs. It never addresses a customer's needs. And that's where the difference is. Commodity products, normally price becomes the most important factor because customer is clear what the features are. So he compares on the net what is the best price available or the best brand they have trust for, and they buy a product. But whereas in a value selling product, there is the cost which they evaluate and the value which they evaluate, which is a lot different from how a commodity product is evaluated. Most commodity products are not sold these days. They're only marketed. But value selling products need both marketing and selling to go hand in hand so that the value is delivered. And that's why you cannot take out sales from marketing. And like I said before, commodity products, the values remain unchanged. And in a value product, it keeps on changing. And who changes this? It is the salesperson who changes the needs of the customer or creates the need in the customer. Most commodity products are only retailed or distributed, or in marketing parlance, we would call it placed. But all value products require salespeople to be solution providers. We see a quick movie.
Hey, Google. Sorry. Should I play that, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, Google. What can Google Home do for me?
I'm a voice-activated speaker powered by the Google Assistant. Say, "Okay, Google," to enjoy music, get answers from Google, manage your everyday tasks, and control smart devices around your home.
So this is the new Google Home. Is it a solution or a product? You can definitely hold it in your hand. So most people would think of Google Home as a product. If I would be a product salesperson, most likely I would show the product, tell the customer about all the things it can do, maybe give a short demo, and then talk about price, and then going for closing the deal. But if I'm a solution selling salesperson, what would I do differently? Most likely, I would start telling a story about the connected home, a home where the alarm is activated or deactivated by the voices of your children, or how you in the morning could say, "Hi Google, put on the coffee brewer and get some fresh coffee while you brush your teeth." Or maybe ask Google to play your favorite song by Justin Bieber or Rihanna, or maybe book a trip to Paris, or check the weather, or other things that you could potentially do in your connected home. And then I would ask questions about how the customer's home would look like with support of daily activities. And somewhere there, I think most customers would get it. They will start to see the future in their mind, and they will grab the product from the shelf and go buy it. Being very interested in trying new things. So the product salesperson shows the product, talked about the capabilities and talks about price. But the solution selling salesperson shares a story about the future and creates interest and attractions to help the customer to really get it, what it can do for them in their life. And if you do this right, you will sell more products because they are truly solutions. So let's see what Google Home can do. Okay, Google. Goodbye.
As they say in Hindi, Alvida.
Okay, next. So normally it's assumed, can we shift the slide? Yeah. Normally it's assumed that when a salesperson is trying to sell value, he's telling a story or he's telling a solution. But today you see most customers do not open up regarding what they want. They only give you what is called a trigger. A trigger only can convert to a need. Earlier days, they used to welcome a salesperson, give them the time, open up what they want, talk to them, but today there's no time. So we need to recognize the trigger when you have to convert it to a value need. Can you shift it, please? Yeah, a trigger is, let's say for you, for example, you drop your phone, and we do that every day, I guess. And the next is, you think about, oh, how I wish I could have a phone which didn't crack so easily. And the problem is not the cost of replacing the glass, but going to the person to replace the cost. So the next time you see a phone or a marketing ad or somebody triggering a thing around you to say that you have an unbreakable glass, then you go and buy it. So actually the trigger is converted to a need within the person, but it's all buried inside. So when a salesperson tries to tell a story or tries to deliver a value, he only recognizes triggers. And these triggers are important to convert to needs, and then only they will connect with the customer, and then they try to buy it with value. Okay? So value need is always buried. What drives me to buy? Can we have the next one, please? For example, I need a phone with a camera. Almost all phones today in the market have a camera. But a value need will emerge differently for different people. For example, some people use their phones to do a web program. Now a phone, when you do a webcast, like I'm doing now one, through a phone, it looks really bad. But there are some phones with features which drive an algorithm so that it looks like a tablet or a laptop. So you've got that buried need out of the customer. But is it easy for a salesperson to get it out so easily? And that's the question. For example, there is a selfie obsessive guy. He wants to take selfies. Almost all phones come with a rear camera. But a feature will excite him only if you have a push-up camera, which gives you a panoramic view where you can take selfie for about 100 people. So these kinds of triggers converting to need can be done by a salesperson only if the customer opens up. And how do you open up a customer? That's the trick today. 40 years back, they opened up. Today, nobody opens up. They don't trust people. They don't trust products. They don't trust brands. That's the trick where sales has evolved. Can I have the next slide? To get the need behind the need, or can I say is just a conversion of a requirement to a need, takes a lot of effort. And that's what value selling is all about. Can we have the next one? What works today is you communicate the right value. And how do you do it in a background when customers are overloaded with information, they don't trust you? So it's really a three-step simple process. You understand or create value needs. You satisfy the needs with benefits for both, and you build long-term relationships. Let's see how this is done. I'll give you a little bit of a jhalak, really. But how this is done is a lot of human interactions, which artificial intelligence can never ever do. So you cannot replace the sales guy. You can have artificial intelligence replacing marketing, talking about products, loudspeakering information, but you cannot do this through AI. Can we have the next one? Sales is different from servicing. The difference between selling and servicing is servicing is an add-on to sale. It can be pre-sales or after sales. For example, an air hostess is servicing you when you board an aircraft. You already bought the ticket. When you get a menu card or when you do a gift wrapping, you already bought the product. So servicing can be an after-sales activity or a pre-sales activity. The problem is servicing, people think, is similar to selling or goes hand in hand with selling. It's not true. Servicing is different from selling. In servicing, you don't understand the needs. You understand the expectations. You meet the expectations, and then you try to exceed the expectation by bringing delight. Let me show you a short video where a person who does not read emotions while servicing a customer can make it go extremely wrong. The next one is a video. Okay, we'll play the video later. But in servicing or in selling, the first step to this process is building rapport. Between buyer and seller, rapport building is easier said than done. Once you build rapport, and explain this rapport a little bit in the coming slides. Rapport is a very, very ununderstood word. And it's not taught, it's imbibed, or you're born with it, a skill. I've seen only one country, and I've interacted with 30 countries. Only China trains people to build rapport early on in school. Till this age of 3, they play games. They're not allowed to touch textbooks. So they build rapport. It's about communicating with the right frequencies between two people to trust each other. Building trust is possible only if you connect. Connecting is only possible if you share the emotions. So rapport building starts with sharing emotions, then you start connecting, then you build trust, which leads to a relationship. And once that is got, then the customer opens out to help you give the right value selling or give you the right servicing expectation. So this is the preface. If you don't build a rapport, share emotions, connect, build trust, and build the relationship, neither selling is possible effectively, nor servicing is possible effectively. Can I have the next one, please? Now, rapport is matching of frequencies between two people. Both sender and receiver are sending 3 frequencies. And if there is a resonance of these frequencies, then you build rapport. What are the frequencies? They're basically 3: body language, the voice, and the words. Now, more than 93% of rapport building is done through body language and voice. And that's why artificial intelligence cannot take over this rapport building. It's very difficult because it's momentary. I have to understand what's going on from the other person to match the frequencies. If I'm going to smile and speak to you like this, it's completely different from if I'm going to speak to you like this. If I'm going to tell you something, you have to build rapport. It's completely different from you have to build rapport. If I use a voice, I'm sorry, it's not possible. We can't deliver it today. It's completely different from, I'm extremely sorry, we can't deliver it today. I've used the same words. There is a change of body language. There's a change of voice. And that's what, it's not what you say, it's how you say it, or how you do it, which builds rapport. It's a very difficult art. And we train that. An air hostess is taught how to smile for 3 months by looking at mirrors. I heard a comment from somebody, how do you build rapport? expressions into your face by doing mirror exercises every day in the morning when you brush your teeth. And then watch the other person, read the emotion and match the emotion. So we do workshops in this. Just like you can't learn how to be a dramatist overnight. It's a skill. You need practice. You need sessions. You need a way of doing it. There is a technique. And some of it I've mentioned in my book, but it's a whole lot of science. Okay, moving to the next one. Like I said, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Marketing leads a horse to water. Marketing cannot lead a horse, make the horse drink water. Because marketing cannot make the horse thirsty enough to buy it. Can I have the next line in, please? Yeah. So sales or selling is important to make the customer drink. Marketing can do it only so much. Can we just watch this video? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, we can just put this video on, please.
Great videos.
Okay, so, can we just move?
Okay.
Yeah. So we lost the customer because of over-servicing. Over-servicing doesn't bring you more value-selling customers. The problem with servicing is understanding expectations can happen only if you start generating, listening to rapport, listening to the expectation. He wanted it something very fast before his wife came. And that's exactly what the salesperson never tried to understand. Marketing is easy because it's taught in business schools, while selling and servicing is not taught in business schools. It's about 4 Ps like we know. You find features for a product, a branding, a packaging, and pricing strategy, discounts. You find a placement, a channel, a location, how to put it in your customer's place. And then you promote it. And you're done. Can we move it, please? So this is easy. So what's the difference essentially between selling and marketing is? A marketing always addresses a market's needs, which is all encompassing. Whereas selling always addresses the need behind the need of the customer, which marketing can never find because each customer's need is different behind the need. Move it. So there are 2 types of pitches which we have to design when you go out to sell. One is called a marketing pitch. Another is the sales pitch. So sales pitches are always addressed to need behind the need. Marketing pitches are always addressed to meet the market's need. So what's the difference? Basically, a sales pitch can work effectively only if you understand the need behind the need and provide the value. And you have some rapport built in it. So can really products succeed without selling? Yes, only if they're commoditized. So all products in this world get commoditized and commoditized. So they buy it because of marketing and not really selling. And the guy in the shop who sells it to you just helps you choose or services something which around a product it's required to be done as a process. Can we move it? We'll move this. We'll skip this piece. Just move it off. Yeah. So basically, it comes down to what people buy today. People buy trust. People buy culture. People buy a convenience. I'm not sure you're able to see it. People buy a brand image. People buy a flaunt, which they want to show off with. And sometimes they buy only to make themselves happy. We are not being able to figure out why this happens, but they buy because it makes them happy. It's called retail therapy. But today, people just don't buy products. They moved away from product buying to buying trust, culture, convenience, brand, a flaunt value, and something which excites them. And that's why I keep on saying, and marketing can never figure out what that customer really wants. So they build in everything and do everything around all these 6 things. And probably take the horse to the water. Next one. And in this age of marketing, almost all of marketing is done through digitally. And Ronit can tell you more about that, I guess. But digital marketing is like trying to take an AK-47 and trying to shoot an ant. These days, marketing has a funnel, which we say, you have a tofu funnel. That means, where you get visitors in and you get followers in, and you have a website, which, drags the people in. You have people who read the content, who lead you in, then probably throw in a customer to you. If it's a commoditized product, that customer gets to stay because of the features and the price. And if it's a value product, unless the salesperson gets in at this stage, both the brand and the product take a beating. Okay, so I'll kind of end my conversation by saying that marketing has to have good content, which obviously all of you know, but selling will only make marketing really win it. Okay, so if you'd understand what is really required around selling, you need connecting, rapport building, persuasion skills, asserting, negotiating, and winning the relationship. So this is what is detailed in the book. It's got a lot of stories. It's got a lot of conversations between sales and customer. It's easy for you to get the right techniques to develop the skill. So I would urge you, if you can, to get this and also follow me. Thanks, Vinay. You said that I follow this book. Okay. Can we move to the next one or connect with me in LinkedIn? Or you can visit the website sabreskilling.com. I'd like to take questions now. I'm exactly on time. I think
Yes,
3 minutes off. So I'd like to take
no,
more.
completely fine, sir. So first of all, thank you so much for taking the effort, sir. Very detailed PPT that you have prepared, right? And I loved the movie, especially the Rowan Atkinson one. So yeah, it was a great one. So we'll start taking the Q&A. So people who would like to ask their question, our regular students all know that you have to raise your hand. So people who are new, you have to just raise your hand, go to the reaction section and raise your hand. Yashodhar has already done that. So yeah, Yashodhar, if you can unmute and shoot your question.
Raghavan sir, thank you so much.
Hi,
That's an honor to attend this session with you. My own one thing you talked about in needs is different from expectations. While I understand that, can you please give us more examples to understand it more better? So there's a clear distinction for us.
Okay, I'll give you a story to explain this. Maybe it'll become clear. So I go to the Jet Airways, I'm using Jet Airways because it no longer exists. If I use some other name, then you'll have a problem. Okay, I go to the Jet Airways counter and say, I want a ticket for the earliest flight. I have an urgency at home. So the clerk looks at the screen and says, sorry, sir, today no flights. Everything is going full. So my need is a ticket to go to Delhi fast. Clear? Okay. So I keep pushing. I say that, my brother is ill. What's the point in going tomorrow? He's in the hospital. Like, no, sir, flights full. Goes to the next counter where, a girl is smiling and she says, I'm sorry, sir, I heard you, but we don't have flights today, but just give me a moment. She senses that expectation of urgency to help. Goes and checks and says, no, sir, another flight is there within half an hour and it's got tickets. I've spoken to the agent. Go take that flight. That's understanding of expectation, trying to meet an expectation. And not just understanding a need and trying to meet the need. It's a little more than just, written needs and written.
That's a good example. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, and Amazon only understands your needs. They don't understand your expectations.
Yeah, they throw everything at you.
I use Amazon as a, just online. Yeah. I think Pramod.
Yes, we'll take. Okay, Sibi Paul is there.
Okay, hi Sibi.
Hi Sibi. If you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hi, sir. This is Sibi Paul from Kerala.
Yeah.
I'm into financial business, wealth management, mutual funds, insurance, all that. And majority of my customers are from abroad. They are NRIs. Okay.
Right.
They are watching my videos and coming to my funnel. Like I have set up an automation, WhatsApp automation, all that. So the sales closing is not automated. So we have to talk to each one of the person manually, because if somebody is buying, somebody is going to buy 10,000 rupees worth of cloth, they will think only once. And if people are, when comes to buying an insurance, they will think 10,000 times.
Right.
Okay. So how can I influence over the phone? Somebody asked here, how does it work in telephonic conversation?
Right. Okay. It's a very interesting and apt question for today, because earlier we used to be able to meet customers, go to their homes, meet, or days to come. But now everything is on phone or video calls. Now voice plays. Remember, I told you there are 3 elements of rapport: body language, voice, and words. Okay, which constitute frequencies which you need to match to generate rapport. Now, when it comes to phone, 93% becomes voice. Okay, even body language can be expressed through voice. Like if I greet you and say, "Good morning, Vinay," is different from "Good morning, Vinay." My voice changes because my body language pushed the voice through differently. I can sense a person not connecting with you if you sense and read the voice correctly. We do voice training for 2 days for customer service professionals. In fact, I was in Australia doing customer service training. All they wanted to do was to get the right voice. And you have to be able to read the other person's voice through the phone as an emotion. "Don't call me now" is different from "don't call me now." And then immediate reaction is, "When should I call you?" Don't do that. "Don't call me now." The expectation was he was upset. "I'm so sorry I disturbed you. May know when." So the voice changed, connected with the other person. So he wanted to give you time. Then once he gives you time, then again you focus on how to convert it. But the beginning or the starting point is rapport. Rapport builds emotional connect. Emotional connect builds trust. Trusts open up your customer, and then you can deliver a value. Then they're ready to listen. Today, have I answered you?
Yes, that's awesome. And I have one more question. How can I get more learnings based on these topics in sales, persuasion, mostly persuasion, voice modulation, all that things? How can I learn advanced level?
Yeah, there are courses for all these. There are trainings which are done. But the first step is to understand the technique and work on it by yourself. Like, you can't become a rock guitarist or play in a function and say, "I've done the best thing." But first you start getting interest in it, start learning it, get some self help. There are videos in YouTube which help you understand some of the techniques. Start it. But most important, work on each call. Now you make calls to Kerala, from Kerala to Middle East. Each call you record it, find out what went wrong, find out what emotional connect was not there, and start working on this. And that's a starting point. Just
Can
like
you
else, start looking at the mirror and finding your smile. I can smile like this also. Or I can smile with my eyes soft. And it makes a lot of difference. And that you will learn only by self-introspection and practice, like any skill. Yeah? I think Pramod? CB, can we just pass it beyond the Pramod?
Yeah, 1 second.
Pramod, unmute.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, Pramod, please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering, the Rowan Atkinson video, how does one get access to these videos? Is it okay to play them, or do we have to ask them for some copyright, or do we pay something like that? I mean, is it open to be used? Because I also conduct some sessions for my staff. So
Yeah,
I'd like to know if
there are
any...
open, like software, you have open source software.
Okay.
Which you can use and modify. There are open videos. So one which I showed you is an open video open to public. Okay. You can use that.
Can we get access to such videos, please? Request.
YouTube has a lot of such videos. You can just search with the right keywords.
Yeah.
Okay. And there are a lot of open learning platforms which also give you a lot of published stuff.
Okay, so we can use these videos for our sessions without any copyright.
You can broadcast them non-commercially. Okay, like I'm doing a non-commercial session, and I'm doing something getting useful out of it. It's fine. But if you use it to your commercial marketing, this thing,
Okay.
you may need to go to the source and get the form.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pramod. Divjot, can you unmute yourself and ask? Yeah.
Yeah.
Divijot, right?
Am I audible?
Divjot.
Is it Divjot or Divijot?
It's Divjot. Actually, this is my son's name. My name is
Okay.
Armik. So I'm taking this from my
Okay.
son's ID.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah, sir. Thank you very much. It's an enlightening session, and lot of things I'm already doing because I'm in sales for now almost. This is the third decade which I'm into sales. So my question is that the organizations now wants to change. So because they see that a lot of potential is there in software or things like subscription. So which are your Netflix or something. So the organizations which were making, say, some products which you were selling the products, now they are interested in selling the services, and
Right.
those services are available on various platforms that you are not only selling, so somebody else is also selling, like you named Amazon or all those kind of things. So how do you train yourself for that mindset, train your manpower for that mindset, and train the customer also, so that he see value in that? So this is, have I cleared my question, sir?
Yeah, I understand. So it's a highly competitive world out there, right? So your product could be available in different platforms. They could be available online, some other distributor selling it, some other retailer eating it. And what value do you bring more than the others? That's your question, right? Divjo?
Yeah, that is one. And second is training.
Training part of it I'll answer.
Mindset, yeah.
Let me answer this and then get to training.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to find out where you are positioned, right? Your product is positioned. If it's the same product and service vis-a-vis others, then you'll have to find what value you bring more than the others. You need to do an analysis to find out how it benefits. Now, value cannot necessarily only be product or features. It can be in the ability of your people to deliver a solution better than others, understand customers better than others, build rapport better than others, have a better relationship compared to others. All this also drives value in a product. So if your salespeople are trained right, like you said, to deliver value rather than just go match price or give an extra discount and sell, then the customer will not find value between you and your same product available with others. So you need to believe that you're going to deliver value differently, find the way, and build the relationship. That's why don't commoditize. Even offering some kind of a small service around the product which you do, which others don't do, can help. But you have to find it. You have to find it. And then you ask your people, salespeople, to do that exactly the way you want them to do, value selling. Now, customers, you can't change customers. Okay. If someone said, I can change my customer, he's telling a lie. Okay. They will be customers. They're all different types. They're different personalities. They're different behavior. They take decisions emotionally than rationally these days. 70% of decision is emotional. Only 30% of decision is rational. So you have to pile onto them emotionally through that value proposition. And that's where it comes. That's why I'm saying differently. I'm not saying, the old adage in selling is go meet the customer, understand the needs, present your features, handle objections, and sell. Nothing works today. All those, the old theories and processes around sell, nothing works. Because where customers going to open up to handle objections, they're going to go for the next priced product because they know what features you're going to offer. Unless you offer something different, unless you build a relationship better.
Thank you, sir.
You contact me, Divjot, I'll tell you how to train. We are in the training business.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So get in touch.
I'll in touch with you. Yeah.
I'll help you as much as you can. Or put you to the right trainers.
Thank you.
Abu, if you can
Thank you,
ask your
sir.
question.
Yeah.
Abu, yeah, you can
Uh,
ask the question.
am I
Who's
audible now?
Abu? Abu, yeah. Hi.
Hey, hi. So I have a really quick question. Uh, I have been into this client-facing role. It's not a typical sales role, right? I am purely
Client,
into a post-sales,
right. Client,
post-sales role.
and
So,
yeah.
yes, perfect. So I have been facing this challenge, when we go on a call, we call it a strategic call, right? Whether it's your quarterly business reviews or a regular meeting, I always struggle to ask the right question, which can made the client, speak up a lot, openness thing, right? So that we truly understand what they are looking at and we could work accordingly. And I'm
Okay.
sure if we both align, then the uh, we'll see a growth in terms of revenue. So if you could please make me understand or help me through some resources to asking the right question.
Okay. So, earlier they used to say just probe the customer and I'll, explain what he needs. It doesn't work
Hmm.
today, right? I told you it doesn't work. So today, the first step is to create rapport by understanding the triggers and connecting emotionally. And then while asking questions, you have to be careful. I use a method called position probing. It's a very simple process. The first question you ask is to be respectful. क्या मैं जान सकता हूँ? क्या आप बता सकते हैं? क्या मैं समझ सकता हूँ? May I understand? Or may I know? It has to be respectful. The phrase has to be respectful so that it doesn't put the other person in a defensive mood. Second, ask the question and then give the reason for asking the question. The reason should benefit the customer, not you. I'll give you an example. There's a very fat person who comes to your store and you're selling jeans. And the person is struggling to find his size because, he's looking at the wrong place. And you want to take him to the right place to show him the right pair of jeans. You can't go straight on and ask him a question, what's your size? He'll evacuate. Because he's well built and he doesn't like people talking about his size. So you're going to ask it different. May I know the size you're looking for? So the reason I ask you is some of the sizes of these jeans are kept upstairs and I can take. So what did I do now? I asked the question, gave the reason for asking the question, and it benefited the customer, not me. This opens up trust between you and the customer when you ask the questions correctly, rather than just ask questions which people ask you. Are you clear, Abu? Abu?
Abu, you can unmute and yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, okay. So this is, I think, a great way,
So
I am
write
sure
down the
this will, yes, sir. So,
write down the questions you have before you meet the customer. Plan
right,
how you're going to ask it by giving the
right,
reason.
right.
Okay. And then shoot it when you get the right rapport building happening. Okay. Don't do it without rapport.
Perfect. Makes sense. Makes sense. Any resources for this?
You read the book.
One.
I mean, explain this to you in the whole chapter on how to ask questions. Okay.
Oh, lovely. Perfect. Thank you so much.
And
Really
it works
appreciate.
today. It didn't work those days. Anything you ask, the
Right,
customer always wanted.
right.
So
Uh,
this is
uh,
what.
uh.
Any more questions?
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Saurav, if you can
Baswa?
unmute and
I think Channa Baswa.
Hello.
we'll take a Saurav's question.
Okay. Saurabh?
Good afternoon, everyone. Wish
Good
you happy
afternoon.
Diwali to all of you.
Happy Diwali.
Sir, my question is like, I am dealing in investment products, like as a financial consultant, I'm working. And now the challenge which I am facing is to prospect new customers. So
Right.
what I am planning is like I'm giving IPs. I'm conducting IPs in all the corporates where I can get bulk customers, right? So I just want to ask you what kind of pitch we need to use I can use so that because I have to either deal with a owner or HR manager.
Right. Okay.
So what kind of pitch, telephonic pitch I can use?
Okay, if it's to an individual, the pitch is different because that's got to be a sales pitch, right? But
Right,
if it's
sir.
got to be to a group of people, that's a marketing pitch, correct? Right. Both sales pitches and marketing pitches have one common factor, which is called value. So value is nothing but a combination of three things: need, feature, benefit. All three have to be intertwined. I'll give you an example. When Baba Ramdev says, "Is cream mein aloe vera hai," that means feature. Feature is in the cream, aloe vera. वो क्या करता है? It nourishes the skin and makes you look 10 years younger. That's the benefit.
Okay.
Okay. But till you link it to need, it's very good for dry skin because it won't work with wet skin or oily skin. So
Right, sir.
your pitches on the phone have to be less than 15 words with all three components: need, features, benefits.
All right. Thank you,
Okay.
sir. Thank you.
In a marketing parlance, it can be a marketing pitch, but in a sales person, it's a need behind the need pitch.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks. I think are
Hello.
we done? Ronit, or do you have any? Ronit, you're muted.
I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. Channa, if you can ask
Yeah.
your question.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Happy Deepavali to all of you. See, my question is, yeah, sir. My question is, say again, I am into sales and marketing profession since 2014. So it is almost a decade now. So when I started as a fresher, I used to see the senior purchasers who are sitting at the positions, and they used to give appointments even for the courtesy visits. Say example, sir, I would like to meet you. I would like to understand the things. They used to entertain. But nowadays, so though I want to tell them, sir, I have studied your market, I have studied your requirement, and this is the value I can bring you. Still, customers like, we'll see. I'll let you know. But that never happens actually. So breaking that ice, that is becoming a very difficult task, and especially when I observed with my team itself, like juniors, say example, who is starting their career 1 or 2 years of experience. So the way I get demotivated and they get demotivated, it is too fast actually. In 1 or 2 attempts they are getting demotivated. So how to break this ice, sir? What's your suggestion on this?
Right. So your opening has to be very good. You know, when you make a cold call, the most important thing is the opening.
Yeah.
Right. Opening is why you're calling the customer and how it's going to benefit. If these two elements are not, let's say I say, I'm Sharon from Citibank. Can I take 2 minutes? 98% of the people will say, no, I don't want to meet you. Because they know that she's going to sell a credit card to you and you already have 10. Okay. So the same Sharon says, the agenda is very critical. Why you're making this call has to have the need, the value proposition built. This is Sharon from Citibank. I'm calling because there's a problem in your account. Can I take 2 minutes? 98% will come out of the meeting and say, yes, what's my problem? So the agenda was very clear to the customer why you called. And that why you called has to have a benefit for the customer. So if you say, I'm going to want to come and meet you about some products we have to offer, which is very general, it doesn't connect with the customer. If you say, I have something new, which can bring down something, in your industry. So you have to kind of figure that out, that one-liner which makes sense to that customer when you open a call.
Yeah.
Or you'll sound like today's Indian call centers. And nobody wants to take the calls. And your voice has to be right, Channa Baswana.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the greeting has to be right. Good morning, sir. Can I speak to Mr. Pramod, please? Sir, I'm really calling to you about, that way. You're stumbling to read a script already, then you have a problem.
Got it, sir. Yeah.
Sound like a call center. And your guys are not prepared enough when they make the first call. Remember, first impression is the lasting impression. It's not a last impression. It's a lasting. A percentage of it, they take it to the graveyards.
Yeah.
Okay. So train your guys to make the right pitch correctly.
Yeah. And one more thing, what I told my guys is also, like, including me, I'm following this from last 3-4 years, especially during pandemic also. If I get a random telecall also, I talk to them patiently. I listen to them and I tell them, sorry, I'm not interested. Because that is a change I want to see with my customers. So we have changed a lot. So I
Right.
think this can create a good atmosphere for the sales team, actually.
Right. Remember, in a first call, don't try to make a call just to get business or getting
Yeah.
across. The first call is to make an impression.
Yeah.
Always. Second call, you can, get into business. And first call, make an impression and get the customer interested.
Sure, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Dr. Jarina, if you can unmute yourself.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Hi, doctor.
Here I have a different situation, sir. Actually, it is not about me building rapport with my clients. It is actually, I need to brief about my business. I have been in this business for so many decades, like 3 decades. So initially, when I started, I used to have huge clientele. That time, the circumstances, the needs, everything was different. In between, I shifted to a new location to grab the elite clientele. Again, I want to go back to the marketplace. So in
Right.
between, what happened is many other clinic people, beauticians, they developed a rapport with my clients, my ex employees and all. So now, though it is not a right word to use, but I want to know how I can break their rapport and build my rapport with my old clients.
Right. It's more difficult.
Because rapport making will take time, but meanwhile I have my sales target, I have my monthly expenses to meet, and definitely I have introduced new services which they haven't doing. Yeah,
It's a long process. Rapport building is not a short process, and there are no shortcuts, right? So since you've lost some customers to somebody else, bringing them back is not so easy. Let me be frank with you, requires an effort. If you think that just because you have serviced them before and somebody else is servicing them now, you're going to bring them back, it's not going to happen so fast. So, but you need to plan, but you need to have a plan. Okay? Don't go after everybody. Get some 4, 5 big and concentrate on them. Make repeated calls, make repeated visits. Try to get the rapport going there. Bring back the old. And then you will see that you will also meet your numbers, because you'll have to do that 80-20 rule in sales. 20% of your customers give you 80% of your revenue. So you have to funnel that properly. I'm not getting into funneling now. You need to have your funnel rightly established. You don't go to everybody and try to build rapport with it. Doesn't.
And I put one more question. Nowadays, the people are saying not only जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. Now they have changed जो ज़्यादा दिखता है वो बिकता है. That means we need to do a lot of marketing for sales for sure, or it's like
both. Absolutely right. Both go hand in hand. So if you don't have good marketing, you have to spend money in marketing. जो दिखता है. Let me warn you one thing. जो दिखता है वो बिकता है, maybe right, but जो दिखता है confuse भी ज़्यादा करता है. Most of the customers see too much also. Less is more. Less is more actually.
Yeah.
If you see luxury brands, you see the way it is retail. Luxury brands show you less products. Project the value better. Premium brands, less. Mass brands show you everything. Okay.
Yes.
And the economy brands are only commoditization. So it's not about just dikhta hai. Kaise dikhta hai is important. How it is visualized. How it is. It's very important.
Got it.
Thank you so much. Yashodhar has a follow-up question. Yashodhar, if you can ask your question.
Yes. I just wanted to add to the earlier conversation which was happening. It was very interesting because last few months I'd been observing the calls which I'm getting from banks and other institutions. The person who's calling me, he's talking as if he already knows me. And I in my mind, yes, I know this voice. He's talking to me so like a friend or some close vendor I'm already associated with. But it's a learning for me also that how am I connecting in the first call, in the first few words with the customer. It's a very good learning because, and I see that all the sales companies have become more sophisticated in terms of this. Maybe they are training from you also. I don't know, but it is really amazing. Really amazing. Yeah, that's just what I wanted to share. It's a good learning.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Yashodhar. Sir, before we wind up, I have a few rapid fire questions for you.
I'm
Now
really scared of this one.
I'll make it simple for you.
No, don't
So,
worry. I'll do my.
okay. So my first question is, what is your best objection handling technique?
SMS. It's called SMS.
Mhm.
Okay. It's nothing but samjho, mano, samjhao.
Okay.
Okay. It could be a price objection, a product objection, or a service objection. First, understand it deeply till you
Got it.
understand. Then agree that yes, what customer's perception is right. That puts them defense down. Then give the proof or give the reasoning why it's not like that or why it would not. Don't go straight into objection handling by showing proof or contesting it or by SMS is a very good thing.
Great. What are the traits of a great sales professional?
No traits. Everybody can do well in selling. Most people are selling and buying every day. So I don't think the basic ingredient has to be right. SMS, I'm repeating it for Amar. Samjho, Hindi mein samjho, understand. Mano, agree with the perception. Samjhao, give the proof or state your point of view. Okay, so salesperson, the only quality most important, he has to be flexible. He has to change his behavior to suit the customer in front. And he has to have zero ego. If these two qualities are fine, then they can connect with the customers. Zero ego and an ability to change your behavior to suit the customer.
Makes sense. We all talk about targets, right? We have yearly, quarterly, monthly. How can a sales professional plan and reach their target? How should they reverse engineer it?
Yeah, so you need to plan time, Most important people, what sales people do, the biggest mistake is they don't plan their time. You have to spend more time on what brings you the revenue and the benefit faster and spend less time on something else. And the second problem which salespeople don't do well is they don't say no to customers when it cannot be done. Ho jayega, sir, is automatic reaction. Kar denge, sir, is automatic reaction. So you have to say no to a few things and say yes to things which really bring you the results.
Got it. So what are the tools that every sales professional should know in 2023?
Like I told you, it's like those three frequencies you have to master: body language, voice, words. That's the first tool you need. The second tool is an ability to, you're on a situation. Selling is about handling the situation correctly. It's not a process. If something is thrown at you and you react, you have to have the ability to not react, but to respond with the correct things. And for that, the techniques are important. Respond correctly.
Correct. How can one improve their business communication?
Communication is a huge subject. Okay, so it's very difficult just to say that you improve business communication. You have to work on yourself. Like I said, sometimes you have to work where your communications are not going right, which part of your body language is not okay, how your voice can be developed. This is the chest voice, not a throat voice, not a belly voice. No, how you work on those things. These are important today to really excel in sales, because selling is about connecting with people. Marketing is about connecting with a market.
Correct. So last few questions. How do you manage your boss in sales?
That's the problem in India. I always tell you, don't manage your boss, manage your job. Ulta karte hain India mein. They always manage the boss. They don't manage the job. You can't manage your boss. And I always, when I do leadership programs, I tell the bosses, don't be predictable. Otherwise, people will manage you. So if you have a person who's always predictable, he'll be managed by his subordinates. And nothing is worthwhile gets done. You manage your job. Don't manage your boss. And you increase your skills to manage your job. And that's where the trick is. The boss has to reward you.
Got it. That's a
I
great
don't
insight.
believe in managing the boss. I had 450 people reporting to me. I said, don't manage me. You won't know me.
That's a big, huge number.
Not really. There are people who manage, CEOs who have 5 lakh people.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Then you realize how difficult it is to get that managed.
Completely understood. The last 2 questions. What are the habits that one should have outside work which can make them a great working professional?
So one is self-management. See, you can't manage others without being managed. Your ability to manage yourself, whether it's time, whether it's saying yes or no rightly to people, whether it's building the relationship, building the right relationship with the right people. Okay, self-management. I put it under an umbrella of self-management. If you manage yourself, you can manage others.
Got it. Last question. What are the books that every sales professional should read? If you can help us understand.
Okay.
I definitely have your book name on my list.
Okay, this is a book which I believed in for the last 20 years. It's called New Strategic Selling.
Okay, great.
Okay, so this is a good book. All books are good. I won't say any book is bad. So it depends on how you take what from a book. That's more important. But this is a great book. Don't sell, make them buy is more a skilling book rather than, this is a more combination of skill as well as managing a process around skilling. So both work hand in hand well.
Got it. So before we wind up the session, Vikram has a question.
Right.
Vikram, please go ahead. If you can unmute yourself and ask the question.
Yeah, hi Mukund sir. I don't know. I'm sure that you will not recognize me.
I recognize you. Yeah, Vikram. Metal, right?
No, so Grindwell Norton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Long time.
It's been a couple of decades since I met you, and I learned a lot from you it was my first job that I learned from you. Moved from abrasives into capital equipments and now into software services. It has been a wonderful journey, and I just unmuted and started the video just to say hi to you. It was a great session. I'm glad that I joined this meeting. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much. Connect with me.
Thank you. Yes, certainly. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Vikram. Thank you so much. Great. This is a great feeling for us.
Okay. Dr. Jarina, the author is Stephen Heinemann. But just Google it, you will get it. New Strategic Selling, Stephen Heinemann.
Okay. I think Stanley has a question. Stanley, if you can unmute yourself.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, I've been into real estate industry for 23 years now. I've done a lot of sales and I've achieved some awards also in my past companies. Wherever I've worked, I have given result. And apart from that, actually, the only problem I've been facing that I was not able to impress my bosses. They knew I'm doing quite well, but I was not able to, make them happy.
Yeah.
I felt that my job should be something like that. Yes, I have received a Star Performer Award and other things, but I have not got the growth which is required. I think Indian mentality is that you don't actually give result. Apart from that, you have to make your boss happy. Whatever he says, you have to salute him and bring something from your house to give him, like good food or something like other people are doing in India. That is what I find. Your job is important. You be the best, but still there are other things which are required to grow in the company.
Right. So you have to give your boss a chance like a human being. Why he doesn't like you? There must be some reason. First step is that. Second step is you can't change him. If he's going to have some vested interest in somebody else, you can't change. So if you want to only manage your boss, you'll become a politician. And I won't advocate that. So it's better that you manage your job better and get a better job than manage a boss that way. But then give him a chance. Maybe there's something going wrong from both of you. Like Rapport is not coming. Okay. There's no trust. Give that a chance. If that doesn't work out, I can't really help you. You have to find your path. You have to find your purpose.
Got it, sir. Got it.
Got it. Before we end this session, anyone else who wants to ask any question, or else we should conclude it? Okay, quickly. Okay, no raise of hand. So thank you so much, sir. Once again,
you so
great
much.
session.
Yeah.
It was really wonderful, sir. I think we enjoyed it with the videos, your answers to the rapid fire. Thank you for being a sport and taking it spontaneously. And definitely, we loved it. Thank you so much
Yeah.
once again.
Look forward to connecting with all of you. Please be free to connect with me through LinkedIn or through anything which I've put in. And maybe you're going to send them the PPT, Ronit?
Yes, we can.
So there's enough to background information. And of
Sure.
course, the book is always there.
Yeah.
So thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Happy Diwali to all.
Happy Diwali to everyone. We'll be back once again next week, again, same day, same time, Saturday, 12 p.m. with another speaker. And we'll keep helping you connect with more industry leaders so that your learning should not stop and your execution should not stop. So yeah, happy learning, happy Diwali, and thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.